green spot. Now, it's described as single pot still Irish whiskey. These whiskies used to be known as pure pot still, but they've kind of imitated single malt Scotch to add sort of cachet. But there were very, very few. This one, green spot and redbreast, and I think there was a yellow spot, which was of this family as well. The Irish system was very different from the Scotch, in that the brands tended to be owned by, they called them bonders or something like that.
Okay.
Bondsmen or something like that. They were essentially spirits merchants.
Sure.
And this range, this Spots range, was owned by a firm in Dublin called Mitchell's, well established. They were the general merchants, but also spirits and things.
Sure. So this whiskey here was distilled at the enormous Middleton distillery, which is where Jameson's produced, it's where Redbreast produced.
Absolutely.
The Method and Madness series, it all comes from the same place.
Yeah.
They churn the stuff
and
out.
Indeed, way back in the 19th century, Mitchell's sent their casks to Jameson's in Bow Street when they were operating from Bow Street in Dublin, and so it's if you like, it's continuing the same story.
Sure. Cool. And the story of the Spots.
Yes, tell me.
The story, as far as I'm aware, is in the warehouse where the casks were maturing. The distillery staff would indicate effectively the aging potential of the whiskey by putting a splodge of paint on the side of it. So for the whiskies where they felt, it might suffer from longer maturation, they'd put a blue splodge of paints, which typically indicated maturation up to 7 years old. Next, I think, was green, which was sort of 8 to 10 years old. Yellow was a potential of 10 to 12. And red spot was the kind of maximum potential. So whether that was bigger casks or just spirit that just kept improving as time went by. So this one, we'd expect it to be, perhaps close to the 10-year-old mark.
And am I right in thinking that the Middleton has now, or Irish distillers have now released all those colours, or re-released these?
Yes, I think they've become quite... maybe a little bit collectible. They do use a range of cask types as well, so I think they've made sure that each expression is distinct and unique in its own right. There was also a gold spot released recently to commemorate I think it was the anniversary of the Mitchell family or something. Yeah, let's give this a little, on the colour, what is a beautiful, what do you say, dark gold?
It is, almost deep gold, yeah.
Yeah, suggests it's been in cask for a good couple of years at least.
Unless it's been tinted, it might have been tinted.
Yeah, always hard to say, isn't it? On the nose, does it suggest a...
Nice. It's
very
creamy. Fruit top notes. I'm thinking peaches, but I'm thinking sort of baked peaches, but I can't imagine.
Yeah, I feel like I'm very influenced by branding, so all my tasting notes are things that are green. So I'm thinking green apples, cucumbers, who knows? But it's a lovely aromas on this. It's very, I don't know, for me it smells like a typical Irish whiskey. It's very, very approachable, very appealing.
Well, I know what you mean. As we've discussed before, for me, Irish whiskey is kind of slightly oily aroma.
Yep.
And this has got that very, very slightly oily. And indeed now, I suddenly got a whiff of linseed oil. Cricket bats.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it does smell lovely. We'll give it a little try and see if that...
A little bit of toffee there as well.
Yeah, we'll see if this oiliness comes through on the palate as well.
That's nice.
Very mellow. Very, very, I say, dangerously drinkable, perhaps, this one. This one is 40%, as I kind of expected, but still bags of flavour. Not a huge finish for me, but it's, whether we'd call this a session whiskey perhaps is doing it injustice, but it's very, very approachable, goes down very easily.
There's an interesting sort of perfumed note just as you swallow. Most unusual. It's a mid-palate whiskey, lightly sweet, very little acidity. But then this funny little perfumed note. It's like a sweetie shop, just you swallow. It's a very, very attractive whiskey, very elegant.
Yeah, I think it's got all the, the appeal of, the likes of Jameson's is that it's very smooth, and there's no rough edges to it. It's very well-rounded. I think it's got that, but with it being
I think it's got greater depth.
a single pot still
the
gives
standard
it that,
Jamesons. Yeah.
that extra oomph for sure. Yeah, no, it's a lovely drop. I say beautifully balanced. Maybe not one that's going to change your life and you're going to tell all your friends
it's
about,
just a
but
very,
it's
very nice, easy drinking whiskey.
yeah, absolutely. No, it's a good drop. For me, it's very well priced as well, and it's a nice everyday sipper.
great.
Will never let you down.
Great. No.
Good stuff.